After the success of The Godfather, Francis Ford Coppola secured a significant amount of creative freedom for himself when he embarked on the creation of the iconic war epic Apocalypse Now. The production of this film became infamous for its lengthy and tumultuous journey, presenting numerous challenges that Coppola had to overcome. One particularly interesting aspect of the production involved Lynda Carter, who would later achieve immense fame for her portrayal of Wonder Woman on television. Surprisingly, many people don't realize that Lynda was involved in the production of Apocalypse Now, and that she can be seen completely nude in it. Join us as we explore how Lynda Carter bared it all in Apocalypse Now. Did Lynda Carter pose for Playboy? The recent auction of memorabilia featuring Lynda Carter, the former Wonder Woman actress, created quite a buzz when an unusual item captured the public's attention. This remarkable item happened to be a mock Playboy centerfold featuring Lynda in a daring pose, seemingly baring her breasts. What added intrigue to this discovery was the fact that Lynda Carter had never actually posed for Playboy, despite portraying a housewife who did so in a 1991 made-for-television feature titled I Posed for Playboy. The emergence of this centerfold naturally led to a flurry of questions and speculation. However, it didn't take long for enthusiasts to uncover the truth behind this unique item. It turned out that the centerfold was a prop from a movie, and that movie was none other than Francis Ford Coppola's renowned war epic, Apocalypse Now. Die-hard fans of Apocalypse Now may have already been aware of Lynda Carter's involvement in the film during its early production stages. Before achieving widespread fame as the titular character in the television series Wonder Woman, Lynda had a minor role in Coppola's ambitious project. She portrayed the character Miss May, a part of a USO show aimed at entertaining troops. Unfortunately, this USO performance takes an unexpected and chaotic turn when the soldiers in attendance become overly excited. As part of her role, Lynda Carter participated in location shooting on a massive USO show set constructed specifically for the film in the Philippines. It was during this time that she also posed for the picture that later became the basis for the mock Playboy centerfold. However, Lynda Carter's stint on the set of Apocalypse Now was unexpectedly cut short due to the occurrence of Typhoon Olga in May 1976. This powerful typhoon wrought havoc, destroying the meticulously crafted USO show set. Consequently, the production faced the daunting task of rebuilding the set before filming could resume. During this hiatus, Lynda returned to the United States, where she received some life-changing news. The budding actress learned that she had been chosen for the iconic role of Wonder Woman in the classic television series. This marked a pivotal moment in her career, propelling her to stardom as the beloved superheroine. Lynda Carter ended up quitting Apocalypse Now. One can certainly imagine that Lynda Carter faced a challenging moment when she had to convey to Francis Ford Coppola that she wouldn't be able to continue working on his film, Apocalypse Now. The turbulent production of this iconic war epic was characterized by numerous setbacks and complications. In fact, the troubled nature of the film's creation was so pronounced that a documentary was even produced, with many considering it to be more harrowing than the film itself. An undeniable testament to the film's tumultuous production is the significant time gap between its initial filming in 1976 and its eventual release in 1979. Such a prolonged and arduous journey to completion underscores the immense challenges that the cast and crew faced during the making of Apocalypse Now. While Lynda Carter moved on to portray the iconic character of Wonder Woman, Francis Ford Coppola had the unenviable task of recasting the role of Miss May. The director set his sights on another relatively unknown actress at the time, Colleen Camp, who would step into the shoes of Miss May. Colleen Camp also had the unique challenge of recreating the Playboy centerfold scene that Lynda Carter had posed for earlier in the film. Interestingly, even though Colleen Camp posed for her own centerfold, Many believe that the original Playboy centerfold featuring Lynda Carter can still be observed in both popular cuts of Apocalypse Now. It appears that some of the footage captured before Lynda Carter's departure from the production found its way into the final product, particularly in the theatrical cut of the film. While Colleen Camp effectively took over the role of Miss May when the character appeared in person on screen, it's undeniably intriguing that Lynda Carter's presence in Apocalypse Now included a notable topless scene, adding an unexpected element to her brief appearance in the film. Despite the troubled production, Apocalypse Now managed to overcome its numerous challenges and was eventually released by the end of the 1970s. The film garnered significant critical acclaim, solidifying its place as a cinematic masterpiece. The scene featuring the character of Ms. May, portrayed by both Lynda Carter and later Colleen Camp, represents just one small yet unforgettable part of the epic film. It highlights the diversity of elements that contribute to making Apocalypse Now a truly memorable cinematic experience. However, the loss of Lynda Carter was not the sole obstacle that Francis Ford Coppola had to surmount throughout the film's tumultuous production. Another noteworthy challenge was presented by one of the lead stars, who arrived on set in a physically unfit condition, struggling to deliver lines effectively. Such challenges only added to the complex tapestry of difficulties that the production team had to navigate to bring Apocalypse Now to the silver screen. Miss May didn't get any lines in the theatrical cut. In the realm of Apocalypse Now, the character of Miss May holds a unique place as one of the only female characters in the film. Interestingly, in the original theatrical cut of the movie, she remains silent throughout, devoid of any spoken lines. However, fans of the film got a deeper glimpse into Miss May's character in 2001 with the release of Apocalypse Now Redux, which Francis Ford Coppola has often expressed as his preferred version of the movie. In this extended edition, Miss May's role is noticeably expanded, showcasing more of her character and adding another layer of complexity to the story. Apocalypse Now Redux doesn't stop at Miss May's character development. It introduces various alterations and additions to the theatrical cut. While some viewers appreciate the richer storytelling and character depth that Redux offers, others still hold a preference for the more concise and compact theatrical version. The original cut of Apocalypse Now was already a substantial cinematic experience, clocking in at well over 2 hours. In contrast, Apocalypse Now Redux stretches beyond the 3-hour mark, making it a more immersive but also more time-demanding watch. Within this cinematic masterpiece, the USO show scene stands as one of the most memorable sequences, particularly in the first half of the film. It encapsulates the turbulent and surreal atmosphere of Apocalypse Now, where even seemingly innocuous moments carry profound significance. USO shows held a prominent place during the Vietnam War, providing a brief respite and a touch of home to the troops stationed far away. Unlike the fictional USO show depicted in Apocalypse Now, where things take an unexpected turn, real-life USO shows usually brought moments of joy and entertainment to the soldiers. In the movie, the dire situation takes a twist for the better when Miss May and her fellow playmates find themselves saved by their MC. This pivotal moment adds a layer of suspense and relief to the scene, showcasing the unpredictability of wartime experiences. Apart from Colleen Camp's portrayal of Miss May, Apocalypse Now also featured actresses Cynthia Wood and Lynda Carpenter in the roles of other playmates. While their roles may not have garnered the same level of recognition as Miss May, they contributed to the overall authenticity of the USO show scene. Colleen Camp, who took on the role of Miss May after Lynda Carter's departure, saw a modest rise in her career following the release of Apocalypse Now. She ventured into comedy films, carving out her own niche in the industry. However, she never reached the same level of household fame as Lynda Carter. Lynda Carter, on the other hand, remains an enduring icon in the world of entertainment. Her portrayal of Wonder Woman continues to be celebrated by fans, and she is widely regarded as the most iconic actress to have brought the character to life on screen. Her legacy endures, making her a beloved figure in the hearts of many even today. More trivia about the USO show scene. In the unforgettable USO show scene in Apocalypse Now, Miss May and her fellow Playboy playmates find themselves in a precarious situation, but they are saved by their MC, a character played by none other than Bill Graham. Bill Graham wasn't just an actor, he was a close and personal friend of Francis Ford Coppola, the director of the film. While Bill Graham may not have been a household name, he was a significant figure in the world of music promotion. His influential work in the music industry made him the ideal choice to take on the role of the MC in the film. Despite his considerable impact on music, he remained somewhat under the radar in terms of public recognition. The set created for the USO show scene in Apocalypse Now was a remarkable feat of production design. It was meticulously crafted to capture the atmosphere of a USO performance during the Vietnam War. However, the set faced an unexpected twist of fate that added to the challenges of the film's troubled production. The creation of the set for the USO show scene in Apocalypse Now presented a series of unexpected challenges. Notably, it had to be constructed not just once, but twice. The initial set was meticulously built before the arrival of Typhoon Olga, which would ultimately prove to be a blessing in disguise for director Francis Ford Coppola. Ironically, the destruction of the set by the massive typhoon turned out to be advantageous for the film's authenticity. Initially, Francis had the set constructed inland, believing it would suffice for the scene. However, he later realized that his decision was based on a flawed calculation. The realism of the film required a USO stage on the shore, as many soldiers arrived by boat during the Vietnam War. Recognizing this error, Francis made the difficult decision to have the original set destroyed and rebuilt in the correct location, ensuring that the film's portrayal of the USO show was accurate to the historical context. Francis Ford Coppola faced a significant dilemma upon realizing his mistake in constructing the USO show set for Apocalypse Now. Initially, he insisted that the set be destroyed and rebuilt in the correct seaside location to maintain historical accuracy. However, this request was met with resistance from the production team, deeming it an impractical and costly demand. Faced with this challenge, Francis had to come up with an alternative solution that would allow the scene to be filmed convincingly without the set being situated on the shore. It was a difficult compromise to make, given his dedication to authenticity. Then, an unexpected twist occurred in the form of Typhoon Olga. While the typhoon disrupted the production and forced Francis to recast Lynda Carter, it also presented an unforeseen opportunity. The destruction caused by Typhoon Olga provided the director with a blank slate and the chance to create the proper CZ de USO show set he had initially envisioned. The Playmate USO scene in Apocalypse Now was a remarkable feat of filmmaking, shot in one single marathon night that posed numerous challenges. Francis Ford Coppola, the director, saw this scene as a fascinating contradiction. It showcased how the American culture was transported into the heart of an ancient, primeval jungle. The challenge lay in making this unlikely show business performance seamlessly blend with the ancient surroundings. Since it was shot at night, the cinematographer had to devise a way to illuminate the scene. Their solution involved constructing rafts with banks of lights that could light up the area. Colleen Camp, one of the actresses portraying playmates in the scene, recalled the demanding shoot. Their call time was around 2 in the afternoon, and they continued filming until about 6 in the morning. They had to exercise extreme caution due to the helicopter blades and the young helicopter pilots, most of whom were only 18 or 19 years old. They had to disembark from the helicopters onto a tiny strip and start dancing, creating the memorable scene. Cindy Wood, another playmate in the scene, described the grueling nature of the shoot. While the routine itself might have seemed simple, They shot for an exhausting 16 hours straight. The crew needed various angles, shots of the audience, and more. The physical strain took its toll, with Cindy even collapsing on the stage from sheer exhaustion. Medical attention was required, including a couple of B12 injections, to help her recover from the intense shoot. The scene in Apocalypse Now, where the playmates perform in the midst of the jungle, was indeed an incredible contradiction, showcasing the clash of American culture with the ancient primeval surroundings. Francis Ford Coppola, the director, emphasized the logistical challenges faced during the shoot. Providing for the crew's safety, food, and bathroom facilities in such a remote location was a major operation in itself. Once everything was set up, they embarked on a night-long shoot. The extended duration of the shoot was due to the involvement of challenging stunts, particularly the helicopter sequence where soldiers hang onto the aircraft and drop into the water. Coppola highlighted the paramount importance of safety during such demanding shoots. Despite the dangers involved, the entire 1.5 to 2 years of filming did not result in any casualties. Ensuring the well-being of the cast and crew was a constant concern for the director. Nancy Moran, who witnessed the shoot, recalled the surreal nature of the scene. A boat navigating a river suddenly encountering playmates was an amusing and unexpected twist in the film's narrative. Colleen Camp, one of the actresses in the scene, described the rush of GIs toward the stage as genuinely scary. The chaotic moment when the soldiers stormed the stage was meticulously planned to ensure the safety of the actresses, although working with helicopters always carried inherent risks. Cindy Wood praised Francis Ford Coppola as a director who thrived on unpredictability. His penchant for surprising his actors with unexpected developments allowed for authentic reactions, making the scene feel more genuine. The scene itself conveyed a powerful message about the mistreatment of young individuals, drawing parallels between the abuse suffered by young girls and the exploitation of young soldiers sent to Vietnam. Apocalypse Now had other casting issues. Francis Ford Coppola's experience with Lynda Carter's departure from Apocalypse Now may have been softened by an unexpected turn of events related to the film's set. While Lynda's exit was undoubtedly a disappointment, Francis found himself in an unusual situation due to the destruction of the USO show set caused by Typhoon Olga. This unexpected development had a silver lining as it allowed him to rebuild the set in the proper seaside location, aligning with his commitment to historical accuracy. In the realm of unpredictable performers, Lynda Carter's departure paled in comparison to some of the challenges Francis had to contend with during the production of this iconic war film. One of the most noteworthy instances involved Marlon Brando, with whom Francis had previously worked on The Godfather. In Apocalypse Now, Marlon was cast in a crucial role, but his commitment to the part left much to be desired. Marlon had made promises, such as losing weight for the role and reading the source material, but he failed to fulfill these commitments. Furthermore, Marlon's personal issues had reached a point where his speech became nearly unintelligible during filming. Despite these challenges, Francis was determined to make Marlon's involvement work for the film's benefit. Interestingly, many fans of Apocalypse Now view Marlon Brando's unconventional performance as an asset rather than a liability, believing it adds a unique and enigmatic quality to the movie's overall atmosphere. Awards. When Francis Ford Coppola initially considered directing Apocalypse Now in 1974, it was met with skepticism from those around him. At that time, gangster films, gritty realism, and paranoia were the dominant themes in New Hollywood cinema, and war movies, especially those about Vietnam, were deemed uncool. Nevertheless, Coppola decided to embark on the project and ventured into the jungles of the Philippines, despite the country being under martial law and in the midst of a bloody civil conflict. He transformed John Milius's 1969 script into a hallucinogenic anti-war epic, defying expectations, Despite legendary delays, when the film premiered in 1979, it won the highest honor at the Cannes Film Festival and received 8 Oscar nominations, ultimately winning for cinematography and sound. Apocalypse Now has not only endured but also evolved over the years. In 2001, an expanded re-edit titled Apocalypse Now Redux added 49 minutes to the film, including an additional Playmate storyline involving helicopter fuel. Kim Aubrey, a producer on Redux, found the original Playmate segment to be one of the most powerful and political moments in cinema. This kind of reaction has contributed to the film's remarkable staying power. In 2019, Francis Ford Coppola released what he considers the definitive director's version, titled Apocalypse Now Final Cut, which includes the iconic USO scene, ensuring its continued legacy in the world of cinema. Lynda Carter, the iconic Wonder Woman actress, is still very much alive today at the age of 71. In fact, she made a cameo appearance in the 2020 film Wonder Woman 1984, which delighted fans of the classic superhero. Now it's time to turn the spotlight on you, our audience. Were you aware that Lynda Carter had a nude scene in Francis Ford Coppola's Apocalypse Now and had to leave the movie's production after securing the role of Wonder Woman? It's an interesting piece of trivia about her career. As always, if you've enjoyed this video and found it informative, please show your support by liking it. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be among the first to know when more fascinating of our videos are on their way. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.